guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm actually standing. I swear I've never stood for like a sit down video, but you know, I just didn't know what to do with the background. So sorry, you guys are just like seeing my closets. That's actually Kristen's closet. That's my closet. And then like the door outside. But yeah, I actually just got done with an RA interview. I think I bombed it. But I might cut this out. I'm gonna leave that in. I applied to be an RA. I got to the interview stage. I don't think I did the best on the interview questions. So by the end of March, I guess in the next like book wrap up, I'll tell you guys if I got a job offer. I'm not confident. I thought I had prepared really well, but some of the questions, actually just two of the questions, like just threw me off, and my answers, like after answering it, I was like, why did I say that? Why did I say that? Anyways, we're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna leave it in God's hands. Anyways, the video, as you guys know, is going to be my February book wrap up. It's actually March 1st when I'm recording this. I hope to be able to get this video up today. I've been kind of bad at my YouTube grind. I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to look at my Goodreads and I'm just going to kind of go through it. I'm just gonna put the image right here because I don't have any physical books. I actually listened to all of these books. I did not pick up a physical copy of a book at all, except for my Broken Throne. If you guys watched my, my last book wrap up, I was reading Broken Throne. I thought I was gonna get done with it along with The Woman in White. I read the Broken Throne like just a little bit, but other than that, I've just been listening to books and it's actually been really good. I use an app called Libby. You just get a library card and you can get the like digital version or you can listen to it. I can't read on the screen, so I listen to it, but anyways, that's what I've been reading on. First book I have is Dune Messiah. I read Dune in January. I think it was the second book I read of this year. It was so good. So I had to listen to the second one and I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't as good as the first one, but if you guys are looking for a good science fiction series, I would definitely recommend Dune. Next is, oh my gosh, this is such a good book. It's Becoming by Michelle Obama. You guys gotta read this. It's literally amazing. I don't know why you wouldn't read this. I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. It made me very emotional. I was listening to it and so she read it and it was just so good. Oh my gosh, 100% would recommend. The Silent Patient, this was very popular in 2020. At least I feel like I saw it in a lot of places. This was actually my first ever time reading a thriller, psychological thriller. The twist literally threw me off. I was not expecting that. I rated it 5 out of 5 because it was that good. I think I read it in one day. I started it and finished it the next day, so it was really good. It had me going like, what? Anyways, next book I read was Nonviolent Communication, A Language of Life. This book is another one I would recommend to everyone to read. It just tells you how to communicate in a nonviolent way. That way when you're saying something, people aren't immediately turned off. So instead of being like, you need to wash the dishes, you should be like, would you be willing to wash the dishes? It makes them feel like they have a choice and it makes them want to actually do that chore or give you that shirt or whatever it is. My roommate Kristen actually recommended this. I rated it 4 out of 5. I would recommend it if you just want some tips to communicate. I read was a romance. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I think I read this in one day actually. So good. I rated it 5 out of 5. It's called Beach Read. I feel like this was also popular in 2020. I am a sucker for romance and I think this is my first romance of February. That's surprising, but yeah, it was so good. I could not put it down. It was like kind of like enemies to lovers, but not really. I don't know. I kind of got that vibe, but it's not like the ideal or whatever, but I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for a spicy, I can't believe I just said that like that. If you're looking just for like a fun, cheesy romance that's also like kind of steamy, I would recommend this book. Oh my gosh, I can't. It's a fantasy, series, and I started it because, I read The Red Queen last month, and I haven't finished the entire series yet, but we're not going to talk about that. It's called The Cruel Prince. I rated it 4 out of 5 just because, you know, it's good. I loved it, but there's some things that I didn't like that much. But oh my gosh, this is enemies to lovers. If you like that trope, definitely would recommend the series. I've only read the first one, and I think there's 3 more I have to read. There's like a 1.5 and then the 2 like remainder of the series. So excited to read that. Next one I read was Mere Christianity. I rated this to 2 stars. It was interesting. It's by C.S. Lewis. If you guys didn't know, I think my roommate also recommended this. You know, I liked reading it, but I got really bored at some parts, and I was like, why am I reading this, you know? And some of the things he said was questionable, and I was just like, I don't really believe that. But you know, if you guys are wanting to get educated on C.S. Lewis, you know, Christianity, I would recommend it if you want a little bit more knowledge on that. But I didn't feel like I had to read it. I have is another like steamy little romance. It's called The Kiss Quotient, and I just, you know, I thought this was so good. It's another one of those like steamy, cheesy books. I feel like the dynamic of this book was so different than any other romance novel I've ever read. It deals with an autistic main character, male prostitution, there's cancer involved, there's just a lot in here, and I thought it was so good. But also like it was light, but it also touched on like deep subjects, if that makes sense. But I rated that 5 out of 5 because it was so good, and I would definitely recommend that. I was listening to this at the gym, and I was like, okay, I think I need to turn this off. But anyways, that is probably my favorite book of February, and that's called Know My Name. To listen to it, and it was read by the author, and this book actually made me sob. Like right now I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Like you guys aren't going to be able to see it, but I literally have goosebumps right now because it was so good. I empathize so much with Chanel and her story. 100% would recommend anyone, any gender, any race, not a child, because you should probably be 18 plus if you're reading this, but 100% would recommend this book. I just want to say Chanel is so brave for, you know, putting her story out there and coming out, and, you know, just like continuing to live every day. But yeah, I would definitely 100% recommend that book. It was one of the hardest books I've ever read just because of the content, but easiest 5 I've ever given. Last book I read in February was actually I Sing a Letter to My Daughters. This is actually like a children's book by Barack Obama to his daughters. I think I rated it 3 stars. I actually just closed out of the app, so I'm not sure. It was a children's book, so I'm not gonna like rate it 5 stars, but it was cute, and I think it's great. I have his book I'm on the wait list for his book, and so I will definitely be reading that sometime soon in this next year. But yeah, that is my entire February book wrap up. Sorry if I was talking fast. I actually have to go to the union now, but yeah, I'm gonna go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed hearing what I read in February. Make sure to comment down below what you read in February, if you read any of this book or any of these books, and if you're planning on reading any books in March, because I definitely am. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace and love. Bye guys. Feeling good like I should.